Well, hello there, my fabulous friends. Today's video is very fun. I went to Hobby Lobby and I recorded some of the things that they have for Christmas. I also, at the end, have a haul to show you, things I bought at Hobby Lobby, at Walmart, and a Dollar Tree, because Walmart and Dollar Tree in my area do not have much Christmas up. I did not film there yet, but I did pick up a few things and I want to share those with you. So this day feels weird shopping for Christmas when this day was like 85 degrees and very warm. So I go in, there's fall stuff and then Christmas stuff, and it still feels like summer here right now in Massachusetts. So it's interesting. This time of year is one of those that every morning I check the weather to see if I'm wearing long pants or if I'm wearing capris and t-shirts. It just depends on the weather, and right now in Massachusetts it has not really even been very cool yet. I've had a couple of days, but it is what it is. So I get into Hobby Lobby and I'm looking around, and at first I don't see very much Christmas up. It's just beginning to come out, Christmas. They do have some items over here, the large items, and then I do see a lot of fall at first. So honestly, I'm not a huge decorator for fall, and I'm all done with fall already, so I'm gonna bypass all of the fall, and I'm just looking around to see what they have. Some big boxes up there that I like, but those are one, I don't have room for them, but they're very nice, they're very pretty. And I do walk here just because I was looking for a wooden box. Thought they might have one, but I didn't see any wooden box, and I apologize if some of these videos are a little out of order. I don't know if they are or if I was able to get them completely in order, but I'm just kind of looking a little bit at this section here for fall. Show you what's on the shelves. Alright, and then we turn the corner from fall into Christmas. Well, there's another fall, but I bypass that one and I go straight to Christmas. So now, my Hobby Lobby didn't have everything out yet. There's still a lot of things that are fall that are out. Summer is still out in some areas. I thought that wrapping paper was cute. It was a little expensive, a little pricey, just for it's not even wrapping paper, it's just the ribbon decorations that go on there. So everything in the Christmas is 50% off. Just depends on what style you're looking for. So, if you can find it at if you can't find it at Hobby Lobby or Walmart, there's just so much that they have in Hobby Lobby now. It's just unbelievable to me. All these interesting stockings. They had some really fun ones, some really pretty ones, and then stocking holders over here. I like those bows, but those were, I don't know, there was only one in each pack. I don't have a mantle or where I hang stockings, so obviously I'm not picking any up. If I was going to, it would very likely be those gold bows, even though they were a little bit more expensive. Alright, just as we go through this aisle here, I did want to talk to you just a little bit. I am excited about some upcoming upcoming Christmas videos. I have some things that I bought at the end of the season last year that I want to craft with. So I am starting crafting right away. This is going to be editing this video today, and then tomorrow I plan on crafting all day. I do have to run some errands in the morning, and then the afternoon have to give somebody a ride in the morning and then pick them up in the afternoon. So I'm going to be doing crafting in between. Last year at the end of the season, I found I went to Walgreens one day for something totally unrelated, and I believe it was in February, and they had some Christmas things. Everything was 90% off, and I ended up getting some wreaths that were originally $29. I got them for $2.90, and they had 3 of them. I picked up all 3, and I want to do 3 completely different, one rustic, one elegant, one regular wreath that I found, very high-end wreaths, very expensive wreaths that I found on Pinterest, and I'm going to recreate all of those with the wreaths that I bought for $2.90 and all of the things that I got at Hobby Lobby and so forth. So I'm excited to make those 3 different wreaths out of one regular base. It's going to be interesting to see the 3 different styles from one wreath all together. So I'm excited about that. I also have some other Christmas crafts that I'm going to be doing. Getting everything done, crafting away. I'm just excited to start crafting. For Christmas, my craft room, however, is a disaster, and I'm going to try to get it cleaned up a little bit before I do break out Christmas stuff, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that goes. But my craft room has been a disaster all year. It's just, I feel like it never recovered from last Christmas, and then I honestly have had so much going on this year that I haven't had time to really spend down here because my craft room's in the basement and just redo everything. So alright, so these ornaments, if you know Hobby Lobby, they have lots of different ones all the time. Some of these are so cute. They can get expensive, so every year just try to find something that I like. I picked up that nativity scene that you saw at the beginning of this aisle. Alright, again, up top are those gift boxes. I just think those are beautiful, and if I had a place to put them, I would. I was actually considering getting one of the biggest ones and using it as like a Christmas tree stand in my sunroom, but I don't think I'm going to. It's just more things to store, and storage space is always limited. If you have that same problem, you understand. It's just so much space to store everything, and the larger items like that yeah, I could store things in, but it's not easy and it's not stackable. So of course they have all the Christmas trees and the lights and all the Christmas tree toppers. I'm kind of going back up this way so that I don't miss the side aisles here. And I apologize if you hear me sniffling. It is pouring down rain here, and today's weather is just rainy. When I was filming this, it was very hot and sunny, and now it's 60, and the back and forth between the 60 and 80, my allergies just go crazy. If you notice with some of these ornament colors, they do have all the traditional, but they do have these like jewel toned colors, which I really like, the deep colors for my living room and for a project I'm doing. So I do pick up some of these, and they're very well priced. If when they're 50% off, everything's really, the prices are just really nice. But they have that deep blue, they have the deep wine, and the deep forest green. So I pick up just a couple of the wine colored ones. I do love the bright red as well. It just depends on what style and which room. They have these decorative Christmas trees up here. Again, I love this crystal looking one that lights up, but I don't have any place for this, any place that I would, put it out. So I didn't pick it up, and I couldn't find a price anyway. If I had found a price, I might have bought that because it was really pretty, but it didn't have a price on it anywhere, and so I was like, oh, never mind. I think it was a gift that it didn't have a price tag, because then I didn't buy it. Alright, here you just see lots of I love the little gnomes, and this bow Christmas tree topper. It's really cute. I probably wouldn't use it as a Christmas tree topper, but I did consider picking it up. It was on clearance. I put it in my cart, and then later I put it back because I'm just like, I'm not sure. I thought for a wedding or an event that would be really nice to have. But I'm going to keep an eye open for those probably after Christmas and see if they go on a big sale. If they do, I might pick up a couple just for, if I have an event that would require, I do lots of weddings and decorations for those, so weddings and events, things like that you can use. You can just take off the tree topper part at the bottom. Alright, peppermint. I have my kitchen done in peppermint, and this year I'm going to do my dining room in peppermint as well, but I'm not buying anything new, I don't think, because I do have a ton of the red and white stuff. So I think I'm going to wait until I decorate before I decide if I need anything else in there. And I probably will not need anything else because I still have a ton of stuff. So I did pick up, some of these little peppermint candies just because I get those every year because I use them for crafts, for signs, for crafts, for different things. So, and here are the nutcrackers, and I always love nutcrackers. I've always loved nutcrackers. So I'm just looking and like, no, I don't need any more. And of course I did get one, but I only got a small one. I didn't get any of the large ones. I got one that looked like a pirate that was kind of small. It ended up just being like $6. So I like the unique ones. Anything unique and different, not just the standard nutcrackers. I've always loved them. My mom loves them. My sister loves them. I think we've all collected them. My great aunt, I think that's probably where we got it from because she's always had a huge collection of nutcrackers. And so I saw this little pirate guy, I don't know that he's a pirate. He has an eye patch, but he also is dressed very elegantly. So if he was a pirate, he was a rich pirate, but he has an eye patch, so I'm not sure, but it was really cute. Alright, and then we get into the tree skirts and the little mini trees, the tree toppers. There's so many different tree toppers. I thought that one was unique, the hat. I don't need any. I use the angel that my mom made for me. She crocheted angels, and I gave those away for a long time, and I thought this one with the big bow on it was cute, and the fur, and then there's red sequins. So many different options. And for the tree skirts, these aren't really tree skirts. These are, I don't know what you'd call those. I forgot what those are called, but the little like barrel things that go at the bottom of a tree. So who is ready for Christmas? Who is ready for Christmas decorations, Christmas music? I think once I hit fall that I'm ready because as a YouTuber I have to make the crafts early to get them on the video. So I feel like my Christmas comes earlier, and I decorate early anyway. I decorate the beginning of November. Before Thanksgiving, all of my decorations are up and ready. That's for my own enjoyment because I feel like the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas is so short, and I like to enjoy the decorations. I like to have them up. I like to be able to enjoy the season. I make a ton of Buckeyes. So the more that I can get finished before Thanksgiving, the more I get to actually enjoy the holiday season in between there. So to me, it's a big deal to be able to have all my decorations up by Thanksgiving, and I do every year. I make sure that I get those up before Thanksgiving. I can enjoy. I don't usually do any outdoor decorations until after Thanksgiving, but I don't really do a ton of outdoor decorations. I do my wreath and my swags that go out by the door, and then I put up my big Merry Christmas sign. That's the metal sign. I actually got it at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I spray painted it red. So I put that in the yard, and that's about it. We don't have a covered porch out front, so it's not like I could put a lot of decorations out there. We don't even have a porch. We just have steps that lead to the front door. So I do the minimal outside. All right, you can see like all of these things, these different trees, the different decor items. A lot of these to me, now not compared to other stores, but they just seem pricey. I can make a lot of these things. I can create a lot of these things. So a lot of these pre-made decor items, I'm not really a huge fan of. Just because, one, they are pricey. Two, I always look at them and like, oh, I could make that so much cheaper. And if you see this red, it's kind of like a wine red. It's got like velvety little, I don't know, indentions all over it. And so I bought the stuff to make one similar to that. So, because I made a green velvet one last year, so I figured I'd make the deep wine one to go with it this year, so that they can be, stand together. Alright, just the different colors. I love that they have the different colors. you know, they all have all the gold stuff. So if you're looking for anything gold, you can come here. I loved this Believe sign, and I almost bought this. But again, space. I had a idea in mind for this, and it would have been really cute, but then I was thinking, where would I put that in my house? Where would I store that? And I put it in my cart, and I carried it around the entire time. It would have been $10 because it was $20 with the 50% off. It's something I may go back and get. However, I don't know where I would put it. So if I did make this, what I was thinking with that craft, see, there's some smaller bows. Again, that's something I'm definitely going to keep an eye on as they go more on sale. And if there's any left over after Christmas, I'm definitely going to go look for those and probably pick some of those up, because I can use those for wedding decor. Which, if you have an upcoming wedding, Christmas items, there's always glittery, sparkly, there's white, there's different colors. Like if you had a pink wedding and you needed pink items, you could find them. Ribbon, I definitely get out of the Christmas section for weddings and events that I have coming up that next year. So I'm always on the lookout. If you have an upcoming event, buy things when they're on clearance, buy things cheaply. When things go on sale after Christmas, look for things that you want to purchase for the next year. It's always fun for me to look and see what I can find in other places. Out of the ordinary items that wouldn't normally be, okay, this is wedding decor. Like, ornaments. Ornaments you can put in a glass vase, and if it's the color, as long as you don't see the ornament hanger, they just look like decorative balls, which are very expensive. But if you buy them as ornaments at Christmas time, when things are on clearance after Christmas, you have them for a wedding or an event. Alright, I had to kind of pause the speaking part there while I was doing my voiceover just because the video had frozen. I love these crystals, the gems. I get some every year. I always hang these on my tree. The way they reflect the light is just always beautiful. I love the chandelier crystal things. I only picked up a couple right now. So these long garlands, if it's something that you're looking for, definitely look at Hobby Lobby. The prices are really good to begin with, and then they always add the 50% off. I was looking at these long icicle ones, but then I was like, wow, these are kind of pricey. And I know generally they have those at Dollar Tree, so I was going to look there when I go to Dollar Tree later and see if they have those out. And they have the bright red. I did pick up these jingle bells. Not because I liked the ornaments, but I do always need jingle bells. So I did pick those up. Actually, they're for the dog's collar. We have a little tiny dog that he is going deaf, and he is starting to lose his hearing. He doesn't always know when he's right underfoot anymore, so I just I put bells on his collar so then we know where he is. And I always have to play with things. I love this little saxophone player. He was so cute. I wouldn't have a place for him, but it was like $45 too, something like that, which I thought it was too cute. But yes, I am one of those people who will go through the store and touch things and turn them on and try them. Alright, you've got your flowers, you've got your picks, you've got your things here, and I'm not really needing any picks this year right now. So I didn't pick up any of these. I did pick up a couple of garlands just for the greenery. I really thought that that green turquoise color was very pretty, but again, not a color I'm decorating with, so I do save all of my picks from year to year. If I put them in the tree, I take them all out, I put them in a big large Ziploc baggie. I'm looking at these because they're the deep wine color. So I picked up a couple of those. I end up putting those back because I found something a little different. But I did pick up, this is the deep wine color, and there's some poinsettias. So I did pick up, I believe 4 of those. Just because I'm doing that wine color instead of bright red in my living room this year. I love the deep jewel tone colors And I had a tree last year that was just green and gold, and then I added some of the wine colored. I had satin ribbon, and I just tied some bows, and I loved the pop of that deep wine color in my Christmas tree with the green and gold. So this year I'm adding that color in to my thing. So they do have garlands. Some of them are pricey. Some of them are $100, but then with the 50% off, they're $50. I did not buy any of those. I bought some. Some of them are lit. That's why they're more expensive. The ones that aren't lit were $50. I did buy one of those. Looks Real. That one right there. I did pick that one up. It ended up being like $25. And then I got a regular greenery one that ended up being like $6. So wreath forms, this is the place to buy them. You won't find a better price if you're making your own wreath with the greenery on them. You get a good deal at Hobby Lobby. So I would recommend you go now, because some of these things sell out pretty quickly. If you need to make a wreath, or if you need to buy a garland, and you need to, the starter points, those can get really pricey. So I recommend going to Hobby Lobby now when they're 50% off and picking those up, because those do not stay in the store for very long. They do tend to run out of the really nice ones. And some of these were really beautiful. And if I had a mantle to decorate, it would be different. I would buy 3 or 4 of those and do a very pretty mantle. I don't have a mantle, so I don't need them. I do have a plan for one of them, so I did pick up one. And again, that one ends up being like $25. But it's a lot of greenery that I can use in a lot of different things. I'm going to take it apart and use it for greenery in the 3 wreaths that I'm going to make, and in some arrangements. And I got a plain, a regular pine one as well, because that one I'm going to use for some other things as well. So it's a better price to buy if I'm going to be cutting it apart and using it for a lot of different things. The better price is to buy a garland rather than just a whole bunch of the picks or the greenery anywhere else, because you get the most for your money this way. And that I will be using in the wreaths and in different floral arrangements. I'll take some of that apart and use both of the greeneries. I'll mix them together. They had these unfinished wood nutcrackers, all different sizes. They're very beautiful, and if I had, any place for any just regular nutcrackers, I would buy them. I would like to buy some of the crystal looking nutcrackers. I've seen those, but I have not bought any of those. Alright, so candles galore. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. And then ribbon. Now ribbon, I kind of take you through kind of quick, but I did take some pictures. I'm going to show you those in just a moment, of some ribbon individually, just to kind of show you some of the different ones that they have out that I don't remember seeing last year, or if they were out last year I just missed them, but they were very beautiful. So I do pick out a couple and show you some of those in just a moment, so bear with me here. I'm trying to take you slowly through the aisle so you can kind of see what is here. I love the ribbons at Hobby Lobby. You get a lot for your money here, and if you're using it for gift wrap or anything, this is the place you want to buy it. I like to make pretty bows for my gifts and so forth, so I get 1 or 2 rolls here, and the price is really good. So ribbon can get extremely expensive. So again, if you have an upcoming wedding or an event this year where you're doing anything, pick out the color and get the ribbon at Hobby Lobby now while it's 50% off. Say you had blue, these would be beautiful. They don't look Christmassy necessarily, they just look blue and gold, and those would be beautiful for wedding decor. The black and gold, again, could easily be for wedding decor. There's black and white, again, wedding decor, very elegant and beautiful. They have the different golds here. I love these. They are just very, very pretty. The sage green. I had a wedding last year for my nephew and his wife. The color was sage green, turquoise, pink. Colors like that, you can find so much of the color stuff for Christmas. And Get it at Christmas, especially at Hobby Lobby when it's 50% off. I love those red and green ones there. That red and white, if that's your style, that's a little more rustic. Green velvet, I love that. I may go back and get some green velvet. I just have to see what I have left over from last year. Red velvet, white. This one I thought was beautiful, just very elegant, and not one I remember seeing before. These are very pretty with the Santas, and then there was nutcrackers. Just again, I love nutcrackers. I didn't have a use for that ribbon, so I did not buy it. But red, different textures, Valentine's Day, get the ribbon now. I thought this bucket was really cute, so I took a picture of it. It was a little pricey for my budget, but it was very cute. Here we go down the Grinch aisle, I believe. Yes, the Grinch aisle. They always have so much Grinch stuff at Hobby Lobby. My sister loves the Grinch, so I was on the lookout just to see if they had anything that really caught my eye. They did not this year. I did buy her several things last year at the end of the season. Got her a cookie jar and some other things I don't remember now. I think a tray, things that would be great, but I get the one they go on clearance after the season a lot of times. I did look at the Stanley cups that were there. Very, those cups are higher priced anyway, but very cute. The Grinch ones are always very cute. Just looking at all the options, like I said, this is the Grinch aisle, so everything in this aisle pretty much is Grinch, and they have everything. If you like Grinch, go to Hobby Lobby. They just have so much for the Grinch. See, here's the nutcrackers I was talking about that were just the wood. If you wanted a solid color, you could spray paint these. I know the elegant high decor look is like solid matte colors. I painted some last year in like that burgundy wine color, and I put those in a lantern with some florals. They're very beautiful, and the price is very good at Hobby Lobby, whereas anywhere else you go to get those and you're paying a lot more. Alright, all the nativity scenes, just the random yard decor, just taking a look at what else is available. Sorry, you just need to just want to take a drink here to make sure that my throat stays lubricated. I've been so dry, and then it makes me cough. It's just my allergies and sinuses are not happy this time of year. I don't really have issues in the spring necessarily, but I do have issues in the fall. So alright, just taking a look here on both sides. And then around the corner, and this is kind of where I start to kind of really enjoy looking, because this is all the craft items, all the blanks, not on one side but on the other, any ornaments, the things that you can use to make your own stuff. And I do pick up some craft items. These are the yard decor. I love nutcrackers, so again, I was looking at that. It's like, oh, I really like that, but do I need it? No. Where would I store it? That's where I'm trying to be reasonable. I can decorate and decorate and decorate, and it looks beautiful, and I love it, but at the end of the season I have to store all of this stuff, and I don't have all the space in the world to store everything. So that has to be a consideration with anything that I purchase for Christmas or any home decor, any holidays, because all of this stuff has to be stored somewhere. Alright, I get these little trees, just the little cones to make some little Christmas trees. They have the paint your own ornaments and nutcrackers, and they have the wooden pieces. And I do pick up a Merry Christmas, a plain Merry Christmas sign for one of the wreaths that I plan on doing. Those nativity scene pieces above that, I did pick those up last year at the end of the season, so I have plenty of those. And that is it. I believe that is just wrapping up what normally you see at Hobby Lobby. So I think this is the last aisle that I film in. Those large bows are beautiful. I really like those. I could get those for the garage door since we don't really open them. I think they'd be very pretty. there, welcome back. I just wanted to show you some of the things that I picked up. So a quick haul from Hobby Lobby, Walmart, and Dollar Tree. Showed you earlier what I found there. This is what I picked up, so I will let you, let's just take a look. Some of the stuff is great. I'll show you some of the you know, non-craft items and so forth too. I got this little cute, short little nutcracker. I love nutcrackers. This one was $12.99, but at Hobby Lobby, so 50% off. And it's the cutest little pirate. I guess it's a pirate because he's got an eye patch, but anyway. So that was from Walmart. Another thing I got at Walmart, this Santa. I actually ordered this one offline because they did not have it in my store, but I saw this. The detail is so cute. It is white. I would probably leave it white. It looks very just, I don't know, very classic. I could paint it gold. I thought about that, but I think I will just leave this one white. I really like just the look of that one. Okay, Walmart. I didn't get too much. I did get this little ornament. It has these 3 little bells on it, and it was only $2.47. I don't think I'll keep the greenery or this, but I got it just for these bells because these are small, and I wanted some smaller little bells. I believe that is all that I got from Walmart. I honestly did not get much at Walmart. Alright, so let's switch to Dollar Tree. Because I did pick up a few... Oh, no, one more thing I got at Walmart. I thought it was so cute. This door hanger for a wreath. It is metal. It's this big bow. It was like $5. And it's kind of a bronzy gold color. I just think no matter what wreath you use, this will look really cute on the door with that. Okay, so now let's go to Dollar Tree. Again, didn't get a ton of Dollar Tree, but I did get this large bell. I really like this wine color. I'm going to show you some more things with that. It does actually jingle, but it is a large bell. This one I thought was either $1 or $3. This was $5. If I had known that, I probably would not have gotten it. Because the stuff on top I'm going to take off and redo. It's just not very pretty, I don't think, on the top there. So, yeah, there's that. And then I got these craft items for, you know, to make the cute little bags. I probably will just use paint markers. Have the ladies use the paint markers with those. I got 2 of those, one for each of them. And then I picked these up because I'd seen some similar at Hobby Lobby, and they were a lot more expensive, obviously. So these were $1.50. Again, with the price going up at Dollar Tree, you really have to pay attention to what the prices are, because if you're not paying attention, it kind of can catch you by surprise. I did pick up this wired ribbon. It is that wine color that I showed you before. It's this color looks a little bit more red on here, but in person it's almost the same color as this. So I thought that would be nice. I did pick up several rolls of that at Dollar Tree just because I have a project in mind for that. Alright, let me set the Dollar Tree stuff aside now for Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby, I did get a lot more. So I'm going to take you through what I got. Let me start with the large items because I did get some of these bulbs. I got the smaller set too. These are the larger, medium-sized ones, and then there was the smaller set. There's the glitter, the matte, and the shiny, but this is in that deep wine red. I think that's going to look really pretty. And again, I got that size and the smaller bulbs as well. And then other large items I got these deep berries, these deep red berries to go with that same color scheme, the deep wine red. And then for a project, I did get these large, look like real wine red roses, and there's a project for that I also got some smaller ones out of the wedding section for those as well, because I'm going to use these in an upcoming video for a Christmas project. And then I got 2 garlands, just basic ones, but they're really cheap when you get the 50% off, so it's your best deal. And let me see if I can get those out of here and I can show them to you. I got 4 of the large roses. I got 2 that look like this that are more closed in, and 2 that are more open. So I got these wide open ones and these, and this is for a project. And then I got this garland. This was originally $11, so this was only $6, and it is, I think, 9 foot. This is just for filler. I need greenery to fill. And then this one was $20-some. So originally 55, and it is 6 feet of this, and it has pine cones. I'm not going to use it as a garland. I'm going to take them apart and use the pieces. I did pick up these poinsettias. Were $3.99 before the 50% off. Again, that deep burgundy wine color, and I did get 4 of those. These are just not open, so I'll have to fluff those, but that's not a big deal. I thought these were cute. These come with 2. Comes with all the little people and the nativity sets. These are just little craft sets, again, for the ladies to do to make their nativity scenes. I got the little gingerbread men. This makes 6, so they can each make 3 different ones. And then I got these little ornaments for them. Thought they could make some jewelry or something with those. I got these little tiny mini trees. Well, they're cones. I got 1 large cone to do something with. And I got these little ones to make some smaller trees. Speaking of craft sets, I did get the reindeer, and it's to make a necklace. So it's a Belle reindeer necklace kit, and you can make 6 of those. I picked up some crystal things. I'm going to use these as ornaments on my Christmas tree. And I got 2 packs of those. I picked these up because they were $3.99 and I needed some of the jingle bells. These are 2 little ornament things, but I'm just going to use the jingle bells for those. I picked up some more of the, I think I get these every year to use in different crafts. I cut them apart and use these peppermints. I picked up a little deer. This was originally $15.99, it's only $7.99. It is cute, and it is a deer. It is for something specific that I'm making it for somebody else. And just stay tuned, because this is for somebody else too. This is a Merry Christmas sign. This was originally $2.99. 50% off. That's $1.50, and that's about what you're paying at Dollar Tree. So same here. I got this. It has the little red truck on it. This was originally $6.99, so this was $3.50 for that one. And then I got this little wooden box to make a centerpiece arrangement on. This was $5.99, but these were 40% off as well today. And then I picked up this adorable little nativity scene ornament. If you can see that there, let the light get inside there. I try to find a different nativity scene thing for my dad every year, and this is the one I picked out this year. So I just thought it was really pretty. It's handmade and it's very intricate, so I thought that one was a nice one. I don't know if I'm going to make an ornament out of it. I might put it on something. Anyway, that is what I got at the stores today, the haul. This burgundy wine color is going to be a color this year that I use in my living room because my tree was green and gold, and then last year I kind of added in, thought it needed a little bit of color, so I got some ribbon that was this color, the satin ribbon, and I just tied bows. And I really liked the pop of this wine color in my decorations, so This is going to be for my living room and my front entry hall. I'm actually going to use these to make a Christmas wreath. And then again with these little flowers. So they're going to be paired together for that. And I've got some upcoming videos. Don't forget to take a look at Walmart and these little Santa Clauses. I thought this was so classic, so cute. And I'm not normally a Santa Claus person, but this one I thought was really cute. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye. While the grown-ups all huddle up beside away from the blistering cold.